and welcome to day 3 of ICoN Cosplay Photofest 2024. Just filming this intro quickly before we head off. First of all, today we are going to a tyre place that's nearby to give them that tyre that got flat and see what they can do about it. Then we are off into Hobart for one of James's photo shoots, then back here for me to get changed because I'll be in a Xerofail again briefly because one of James's photo shoots later on in the afternoon is inside a cathedral, and it's just like, as if I am not going to get into a Xerofail to get some quick shots inside a freaking cathedral. After that, we're off to one of the locations that was secured for use by the organisers of ICoN, which is a restaurant called the Drunken Admiral, where the interior basically looks like an old-timey like sailing ship, which is gonna be fantastic. And then after that, we have a dinner reservation at the Drunken Admiral. I'm not sure if I mentioned this yet, I think I did, but if I didn't, last weekend was our 6-year wedding anniversary, and because I may or may not have been crunching my costumes, we didn't really do anything. Like, we're not huge into romantic days, like we don't really do Valentine's, we don't normally do anything big for our anniversary or anything like that. But still, we had an opportunity to go to a nice restaurant here for a, slightly belated anniversary dinner, so we're doing that. And then in the evening, whilst I'm in a food coma, I do have to do some wig styling for tomorrow. But yeah, so it's gonna be another busy day. Probably gonna, fingers crossed, be a little more chill than yesterday, because hopefully we won't have to do all the changes and going around and stuff. Hopefully today goes according to plan, but we will see how that goes.
Hi, I'm Mel / Night Fury, and I'm cosplaying Ace, but it's very cold, so yeah.
And she looks fabulous. Could you show us the back piece? Oh yeah. This is Mel's Bakugo car, and I'm walking into someone else's car, but it's okay. But yeah, I just need to show you this, because it is incredibly freaking cool. I'll go back around to the back. There's the Instagram tag for the car there, so you should follow, because the car is cool.
Yeah, that would have been epic for them. Like,
They were stoked.
and I mean, is it much more insurance-wise, like, when it's actually got to each other?
Okay, weird camera setup, I'm aware of that, but I have to quickly do my Xerofail makeup before we head back into the city for another shoot, but I figured I can sort of talk and do makeup at the same time, so I'll give you an update. But first, hydration. Sorry, that might have seemed like I was going to drink my contact lens fluid, but I'm not. Okay, this is a good opportunity to tell you something about my cosplaying that's unique-ish to me, is I don't ever do colored contacts. And that's because my eyesight is so terrible that contacts do not come in my prescription. For reference, these just regular contacts that I'm putting in now are a -10 and a -9.5. Typically, your contact shops, they might go up to a -5, if that. So, I don't bother. I mean, you can get them, but they're really expensive. They're really expensive, and I don't cosplay enough to warrant it. Like, if I was gonna, like, I don't know, film a series or, cosplay a particular character a lot, I would do it. But I'm not in that situation, so I don't. Anyway. Anyway, in terms of today, so we had James's shoot, which was with the lovely Mel as a version of Ace from One Piece, which was rather fun. We were down in the Hobart, like wharfy Central Hobart area, and that was great. She was lovely. She's actually relatively local to us here in Tasmania, which is fantastic because we still don't know too many local creative people. And now I am prepping, because we're going to do a quick version of Aziraphale in St. David's Cathedral. We're running a little, like, not late, but not as on time as I'd like to be, because we also, fortunately, after the photo shoot, were able to pick up the tyre, which was able to be repaired, so that's good. Thank you, Bob, Jen, T-Mart, Muna. You guys were great, and because it was cheap, like, repairing the tyre was 40 bucks as opposed to 120 to buy a new tyre, which, yeah, we're going to a fancy dinner tonight. I'd rather spend money on a fancy dinner rather than a tyre. And I thought I would take this opportunity to just say something about ICoN, like a positive something, I don't know, it just sounded like I was going to be negative or something. So I mentioned that we're going to the Drunken Admiral later, which is one of the locations they secured for us. Which is, so how that worked is they had a lottery system where you could enter for a specific time slot and it was just drawn at random. They had 2 locations that the organisers of ICoN were able to collaborate with. One is the Drunken Admiral, the other one is Barwa, which is an izakaya, also in Central Hobart, which has like this cool, sorry, washing my hands, cool like cyberpunk neon sort of vibes, which I think is very cool, and we're getting to shoot at both, and by we I mean James. I'm not modelling or taking photographs, but I get to be there, so that's nice. Whoa, the sun came out now. Just gotta remember to adjust that if the sun goes away. And yeah, so that's gonna be fun. And I don't know, ICoN is just being really great, because as I have mentioned in other videos, we went to Wellington Cosplay Photofest, which ICoN is actually kind of modelled on, and whilst that, that was, cool and got to meet people and do stuff, ICoN is just so insanely organised, like really well organised, really nice. Everyone has been super friendly. It's been a really, really damn good experience. And yeah, really lovely. And also really great to be able to have our own car with us. Like having a car rather than traveling to another country is really great. And what's fun right now is I can do a prettier Aziraphale than yesterday, because yesterday I was sort of just modified my Zap makeup a bit. And Zap I tried to do a bit more of a, sexy smoky eye slightly. Aziraphale I just rounded it out a bit. But today I'm going to be very, very pretty. But still very quick, because yes, we're running a little behind. What else was I going to say? What else do I want to update you guys on? Yeah, I'm going to do some makeup while I think. The sun went away. So, the thing I forgot to mention is, after we came back from getting the tile, which we did on the way back from that shoot, is we actually met the owners of the Airbnb, because the place we're in is run by a couple of artists, and on the same block they have a warehouse, like event space, and their own home and art studios. And yeah, we hadn't actually met them, well, because that's kind of how Airbnb works, you don't necessarily meet people, but yeah, they were coming out of their places, we were coming into ours, and so we got to meet them. They're a lovely couple from the UK with a cute daughter, and a really gorgeous rescue greyhound called Bear, who was a bit skittish and shy, and I didn't help it because I accidentally walked into him at one point. But yeah, James went back out while I was starting to get ready to ask the owners a question, and he came back and he's like, "I won Bear over, I got to pat him a lot," and I'm like, yeah, good for you. Also, because yes, animals do just tend to like James. That's just part of life here. It's like, yep, James will be first in every animal's life. I will be a far distant second. Except for our old cat Panda. Kind of like me more, except the times we like Jim. It's not a competition, I'm just rambling. Though, speaking of our cats, the cosplayer we just worked with, Mel, I'll include a link once she gives it to us, is she makes these cute little dragon sculptures, like on a commission basis. And we have already decided that we are going to get to in the, of our cats, old cats, Panda and Melon. Because we do miss them. And even though they have both gone to homes that really suit them well, we still miss them. Oh gosh, I've got something again. Yeah, we still miss them. That's going to be a really nice sort of commemorative memento for us. I kind of keep forgetting I have my ears pierced as well, so like next time I do these cosplays, I want to have appropriate earrings. I mean, like, yeah, silver studs are nice and default. I want to have something better. Alright, my lipstick is still in my bag from yesterday, which is fine. Drink a bit of water. Unless I do mascara, I've already left a mark down there. Actually, yeah, I'm going to leave the eyes incredibly subtle. Because it's very subtle, but still good enough. Anyway, that's all I wanted to tell you for now. I'm going to continue getting dressed and wig on and such. Where did I put my bow tie? Oh, it's in the other room. Alright, so that's me signing off for now. See you at the cathedral.
I go by Catastrophe, like catastrophe, but catastrophe.cos on social media. I am cosplaying Yoshiko Tsushima or Yohane Tsushima from Love Live Schoolhouse Festival Sunshine. Short hair version, obviously.
Do the thing! Do the thing!
Ha! Ha! Ha!
Several bad puns later.
So, if we break in and steal the artifact, and we get caught, what's the plan?
We get out, we don't die, profit.
Profit.
Hi, I'm Emerald L. King, dressed as Fern from Critical Role. And I'm Subi, Alien Queen Cosplay, dressed as Ashton from Critical Role as well. And we are on location for ICoN Cosplay Photofest, which some idiot thought up 3 years ago. And
It was her.
I can't believe that people are enjoying it and having fun and coming up with beautiful, amazing, gorgeous works of art.
And we love it so much, you give us an excuse to cosplay country. I've never been to Tassie and you got me here. You got me con crunching my 80% thrifted cosplay.
Hello.
This was a couch.
Oh.
I just told them to talk and they could do whatever they wanted and they're just doing it. It's great.
We can, like, you know, seriously, I can tell you about the history of the waterfront. I can tell you about cosplay in Australia. I can tell you about Foamquay from Lumens, sponsor us.
You know, I might steal you to do that for another video because that would actually be hella incredible. But yes, for now, they're beautiful, they're wonderful. The shoot was fantastic.
And also, we are so thrilled to have got to shoot today with our amazing photographer.
Where is he?
Incredible, so much, it's such a great shoot, really natural, really engaging, really supportive. Like a good bra.
And a big thank you to Drunken Admiral.
And a big thank you to Drunken Admiral.
Yes, very much.
have a small confession to make, which is I'm filming this day 3, outro continuation on the morning of day 4 because I was exhausted last night and just wanted to go to bed by the time I got to a point where I could actually stand around with the camera and film. So let me just catch you up on what else happened yesterday. So we had James's shoot with Mel down at the docks or the wharfs or whatever it's called. Fantastic, lovely person, great shoot, great location, really cool car as I showed you. Then we had a wee bit of time to duck back to the Airbnb where I got dressed into Aziraphale for my second Aziraphale shoot with James. We then went on back into town to St. David's Cathedral for one of James's photo shoots, which was with Cass, and we shot both inside the cathedral and just out in the exterior of the building. Now, I really wish I'd gotten more footage of the inside of the cathedral because that is so gorgeous. It is the most beautiful church I have ever been in my life. It was absolutely stunning, but even though we had emailed and gotten permission to shoot in there, it felt uncomfortable, even though there were other tourists and they had like someone selling like socks and beanies and stuff at the entrance. It just didn't feel quite right. So we were planning on going back in there to shoot me as Aziraphale because obviously that would have been awesome. But once we were out, we were just like, nah. But James, and also the fact that it's freaking Hobart and there's so many gorgeous old buildings, found another great spot for us to shoot and we got some fantastic stuff. We headed back to the car and James spotted yet another cool location, which was this just nice old sandstone wall, and yeah, we got heaps of good Aziraphale, just solo stuff, which was really nice, even though we did get some solo stuff, obviously, yesterday. Like, on day 2, I don't even know what freaking day it is. I've had like 6 hours sleep every night for like 4 nights now, which might sound like an adequate amount. I need 9, so 6 or below is just challenging, Anyway, so we did that, headed back to the car, and we had passed a tea room on like the way to and fro, and since we had enough time, we went in and we had a little pot of tea each. What was really lovely is they gave us some complimentary shortbread, which I ate both because James is gluten-free, so I don't know, poor me, had to eat them both. But yeah, that was a, very nice little experience. I'll put the link to whoever those people are, in the description, as with every other link. Yeah, then we got back to, no, we didn't get back to the Airbnb, because we didn't have time, because then we had to go to James's next shoot, which was at the Drunken Admiral. We ducked into the museum, art gallery, something, again, I'll link what it was, to just find a bathroom so I could get changed and we could use a bathroom. But what was really gorgeous is they had like dinosaur skeleton out front, and there was like a young collector's exhibit where we got to see a 9-year-old boy called Harry, his bottle collection, his old bottle collection. I like that place. It's like one time if we're back in Hobart in a touristy capacity, I would love to go to that museum. Oh, they had like a false killer whale skeleton suspended from the ceiling. Just very nice art gallery museum. But anyway, so yes, got changed, started looking like a normal person, which was nice, though I'd forgotten to bring my sneakers, so I was in my Aziraphale shoes for the rest of the day. And then we were off to the Drunken Admiral for a Critical Role photo shoot. Now, the Drunken Admiral is fantastic. It looks like it looks like a mixture between the inside of a ship and like an old sailing ship, and just being filled with like sailing ship and piratey memorabilia. It was a very cool location, worked really, really well for the photo shoot, and yeah, quite a lot of fun. After that shoot, we had some time to kill. What was actually interesting, nice, whatever, is we did get approached outside the venue a few times by members of the public, because obviously, well, we had, fun and that, our cosplayers were very, very distinctive. I mean, I'd been wandering around the city in a Aziraphale, but whilst obviously a costume, it's less of a eye-catching costume, you know what I mean? But no, everyone was very polite and nice and interested to find out about ICoN. Yeah, I trailed off weirdly there because I thought I had a second half of that sentence and then I didn't. But yeah, that happened. Anyway, James and I killed a bit of time just hanging out together, and then we went back to the Drunken Animal for a belated wedding anniversary dinner, which was very nice. Then it was back to the Airbnb, being freaking exhausted. You know, having a few cups of tea. I ironed my costume for today, and then sweet, blessed sleep. So now I'm gonna wrap up the video for day 3, and then turn the camera right back on to do an intro for day 4. So until then, bye bye.